Hello and welcome to the Derailed Podcast. I'm your host, Rahim, and today with us is Hamid,
Hey,
Omar,
Hello.
and Suhaib.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
may
know
he
you
rest in
exist,
peace.
Brahms.
I said, this is your host, Brahim. And
No, you didn't.
I did, that was the first thing I said.
he did. He did.
And may his soul rest in peace. Musaf wouldn't be joining us today. And today's topic is going to be our expectations of this generation, what we expect from video game consoles, games, and so on and so forth.
And where is
This
it going?
generation? I thought it was next generation, man.
No, well, we just started this generation, so like we're still early on. What I want from next generation is just complete like virtual reality, where like my dick can get fucked and I can feel it.
Amoroz, this is the future, old man.
Dick can get whoa. You have big dreams, my friend.
All right.
Maybe small ones, actually.
All right. We went through a very rough takeoff.
Yep,
Mhm.
very.
So, but I
I'm
guess we have
sorry,
an,
it's
We
not.
actually didn't.
It's not. I'm sorry, it's not up to your standards.
it's in,
Wait. You can't say we had a rough takeoff because we never took off.
I just took us off,
we took off.
and
But you
and
know
we-
what? But you know
Moving
what?
on.
That's a good enough topic. First thing that I expect. Well, I guess this is counting for this generation. I guess what I expect. This is the last generation where we're gonna have any physical formats,
Yeah, I think so too.
and
True that.
strictly going
True that.
forward, it's gonna be very. And no one is objecting to this.
Though,
We need to have a dissenting
though-
opinion.
No, I
Actually, I
think-
would like to object. Objection.
Wait.
Okay.
You
Wait.
just you said that like this is the last generation where we're gonna have like physical discs. Is that what
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, physical formats. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
I think they'll
It's
still
true what it said.
I think they'll still have like the box, but within it there's a code. I mean, some companies did that before. I think.
Yes, they
So
have.
wait.
Yeah,
So
the
what's the point
collector's
of the
edition or
box?
something for some games. I think Fallout 76 did that. The
Oh
collector's
yeah, I'm sure
edition,
they did.
Yeah, of course.
they had
But
everything
in
The
except the
shining
game.
example, Fallout 76.
It's the future, man.
What's the point of the box?
Collector's edition?
Yeah. You can put stuff in
No,
there.
you know what's the first? You know what's the first game, physical release of a game that ever did something like that?
Yeah.
It was, at least this is the one that I can remember. It was in the PS3 days. It was a copy of the DuckTales remaster. Okay, if you bought the physical disc, like if you got the physical copy of it, it's a box. You open it, and
Yeah.
there's a cardboard disc inside that has the code to the game on it. That was the
Oh,
first.
Cardboard
Mhm.
disc.
they stole my idea.
Well, they already did it. Sue someone in hindsight.
I think you should sue Ubisoft.
Um,
I don't know why.
when
Wait,
you mean
was it Ubisoft?
of hardware, we should sue Ubisoft for their NFT scams, man.
Dude, we should sue Ubisoft for anything. Let's just sue Ubisoft.
Speaking of Ubisoft, like, okay, so most of the open world games for the past couple of years were basically the Ubisoft formula. I think.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but I think this is gonna end soon. I have no idea,
We're gonna evolve.
but
I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't.
feel I
wouldn't
this will end soon.
I wouldn't
Wait.
just add
I'm sorry. I'm
just
sorry.
to
What do
add
you
something.
think will end soon? Like the Ubisoft formula with open
Yes.
games, or
Yeah, the Ubisoft formula, where it's open world and there's objective, and it's literally the same objective, just I don't
just
know,
different aesthetics?
go jerk yourself to the map. I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, yeah,
I know what you mean.
I think we'd stand to gain to like clarify a little bit. There's you said there's a Ubisoft formula
Yeah,
that games are
it's
taking over and over again, but I think it's more like Ubisoft elements, like the
it's
whole climb the tower to get a certain portion of the map cleared to see it on your
yeah,
map, right? Things like that. But those are just elements. I wouldn't call them
but
straight up
it's
formula.
No, no, no.
okay.
I know what he means. I know what he
It's
means. Like,
it's the Ubisoft formula because how do I say it? Uh, they stuck
I mean,
to
all
it.
you have to look at is like their games, man.
Yeah, like every game after Far Cry 3, it's Far Cry 3 that
yeah,
came out of
this is what I
Ubisoft.
wanted to say. Like, he has a very solid point because, like, I'm gonna use Far Cry 6 as an example just because it's the latest Ubisoft game I played and I
Hmm.
finished and I really enjoyed. Nothing against the Ubisoft formula, but it really didn't matter whether I was going with the story when I was playing Far Cry 6. It really didn't matter whether I was going with the story or I was doing side objectives or whatever the fuck I was doing because nothing really didn't really feel like it was in sync. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like for example, you play Elden Ring, right? And there's this one character that you usually meet in the hub. Something happened in the story. You don't see him in the hub because the story evolved and that guy was required elsewhere. But in Ubisoft games, and especially Far Cry 6, they would be waiting for you to start the mission, and then you start a side mission, and they would just drop everything. And hey, now we're just fucking invading the zoo to free these animals. You know what I mean? They drop the entire main story just so you can. I know what he means about with the Ubisoft formula, and it's just Ubisoft open world. Nothing really adds up. You just walk around and you do whatever the fuck. It's
yeah,
fun and it works.
So you
but
say that it's going to go away soon, so something has to replace it. What do you think it is?
yeah, okay. So like
Good
the
open world games.
yeah, basically, I think the success of okay, it's the success of Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. I think will change how open world works because first
To be
first
fair,
time
go ahead.
first time when Breath of the Wild uh, came out, so everyone liked it, but everyone was like, yeah, that's the style of the game and everything. But everyone liked Breath of the Wild, or most people liked it because
Mhm.
it's not the same objective. You repeat it all over the map. There's diversity
Mhm.
in the quests and the exploration and everything. And Elden Ring did the same thing. But like, have you ever seen the tweets of the of the developers for Horizon Forbidden West and Far Cry 6?
I have not.
Okay, so basically,
Yeah, they were.
yeah, they were criticizing Elden Ring for being, uh, yeah, the user experience isn't clear, and this is a shit game and everything, because they
So,
know it's a better formula than they did, which is open world and do whatever the fuck you're doing.
so what you're saying is like the future of these open world games are going to be focusing more on this idea of exploration. Like it's this idea that the player
Yes,
can just like it can see like this vast open world and they sort of like determine the path they're going towards, right?
exa
Instead of like the Ubisoft formula of these are all the things you could possibly do in the game. There is nothing
exactly,
more. Don't look into anything else. There isn't anything else. You
exactly.
have these question marks. You have these question marks. That's what you can explore in the mini
No,
map.
if I may add two things. First off, there's one thing that I really enjoyed about Far Cry 6, which was there
The
were these
treasures,
missions. Yes, the treasures, where
the
like
treasure,
they
the
you just
treasures.
read it off and they
Yep,
don't tell you shit about the map. They just tell you like the general area because it's a huge map and I get it.
yep.
They tell you the general area of where the treasure is, but you have to read it off. You have to read the little note, and you have to like solve it yourself. Those missions were fun, and those were the only missions that I completed
Y-
every single one. They were
Yep,
fun.
this one was really fun. I agree. That's the like that's the redemption of Far Cry for me, for Far Cry 6. اللي كانت that was the treasure thing. I really liked it. But
Okay.
But what I if I may add,
yeah.
uh, to what Suhaib was saying about like the formula and what's different with the open worlds and whatnot. I think the reason Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild like did so well, it's not because it's not just because of like the variety of gameplay and whatnot. I think it's just because of the actual freedom given to the player.
Yep.
Like in Far Cry
Yes.
6, in Far Cry 6 at some point, all right, you go to this new island. Really, if you didn't if nobody played the game, really, I'm not really spoiling anything. You meet these characters on every island has a specific character that you have to go with, like you have to finish the story with them. And you know when you enter this island, that's it. First off, I have to meet this guy before I can do anything else, and I have to do a couple missions with this guy before I can do anything else on this island. As opposed to Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring. Breath of the Wild, you just wake up, hey, there's Ganon, go fight him. But if you want to make it easier, free the other beasts. I forgot what the fuck you had to do in Breath of the Wild. It's just the freedom itself. Like in most open world games, it gives you the illusion of freedom, but you still have these specific missions that you have to finish in a specific order, as opposed
Hmm.
to Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild. Hey, these are the missions. It's out there in the world. Get there and just you do you.
Yeah,
And I really hope Elden Ring does well because that will pressure other developers
it did.
into.
It already did well.
It already
I think
sold
it
Because,
like
sold over
but
12
here's
million.
the
12,
thing.
12 million.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that kind of because you can then build a big, expansive world and make it all exploration. But imagine if everyone starts mimicking that, right? The sense of
Yeah,
exploration. Then you just have the same problem you had before, which is now we have a bloated number of games coming out every year. That's a big, expansive world with so many things to explore. You're
yeah,
not gonna.
that's true.
Okay,
Like,
okay. Let me break it down for you guys. Because I don't think Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild, and I would like to add the GTA and Red Dead Redemption games to them.
yeah.
Uh, you see, if it was easy to make these games, people would have done that. It isn't easy to make these games. It requires a lot of years of development, and it requires a lot of details, and a whole bunch of crunch if you're Red Dead Redemption. So if we want to talk about these games, I don't think
But
it's possible they would make these games. Why?
to be fair, in terms of like your point about Red Dead Redemption, it's not like exploratory heavy as like Breath of the Wild
But
or
it is.
it's a
No, no,
big
wait,
tra-
wait, wait.
it's
Let me tell you why I'm drawing a line. Let me finish why I'm drawing the line. Okay, so first of all, I'm not saying they're both exploratory. By the way, Red Dead Redemption is exploratory. There's a lot of things you can explore in there. There's a lot of hidden storylines that you kind of have to stumble into. There's no marketing to.
yeah
There is freedom in the game.
yeah. Here's
But
where I
the
have to say
reason why
about
I'm
here's what I have to say about those. Those in Red Dead Redemption, they don't feel naturally organic, right? I haven't played Elden Ring, so I can't really compare it to Elden Ring. Because I know in Breath of the Wild, it feels like you're naturally stumbling upon these things. Whereas the quests in Red Dead, they kind of feel like they're on the map, they're just invisible. Like they're not appearing on the map. You just sort of have to go over there. But it is a quest, let alone. Like if there's somehow, like, if you can, like, mod the game, you can see these quests on the map. You see what I mean?
okay.
It doesn't,
I
it
would
doesn't
just like to
feel.
say that's kind of perspective, but
Hmm.
I'm not. I don't look. Forget the exploratory thing. The reason I'm trying to like draw a line between these two is there's one thing they have in common. Forget exploration. I think they are exploratory, even if you don't see that from my perspective. The main like common thing they have is that they are both what do you call it? They draw you in. Okay, you are invested in the world. That is the main common theme. In the other games like Ubisoft and so on, you are not invested in the world. You are simply in the world doing whatever the things they have you set to do. You don't give a damn about the world. See, that's the main difference, at least I think, from the GTA and Red Dead Redemption and Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild from the Ubisoft slash whatever open world game we know about.
So there
But
has to be like,
the reason
solid
why I
world
don't
building.
think solid world building, yep, that's exactly what I mean. You are invested, you are immersed in the world. But if you want to talk about why I don't think that will happen, is because simply designing and developing these games is very time consuming, very hard, and it's not that simple.
Okay.
I think like the reason why these they look so copy paste because they are copy and paste. It is very easy to add an extra item you have to find on the map than it is to add, for example, a whole goddamn character that, I don't know, disappears from one area, goes to a different area, and then you find him randomly there and he talks to you about random shit. I don't know. Like, that's not that simple. All they have to do is just Control C, Control V, and then add that extra item or that extra tower. Whatever. So yeah, that's
Okay.
why I don't
Can,
think it will happen.
can I add something that I really want? Uh, I want it to disappear from the
Hmm?
next or the current gen. Okay, so has anyone played Rage 2?
I have
No.
not.
Far Cry New
I
Dawn?
played some of Rage 2. I played some of Rage 2. I played Far Cry New Dawn. No, I didn't play Far Cry New Dawn, really.
Okay, so basically,
But I played Rage 2.
okay, I don't remember what other game did that as well, but there's
Hmm.
a mechanic, very shitty mechanic. Okay, so basically, when I play usually when I play open world games, I usually finish the story to the side quest later.
Hmm.
That's the way I like to play them.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
some games like Rage 2, it made me rage. It lived up to the
Uh-huh.
name. hmm Basically, you do two missions. Then, uh-oh, you want to advance to the next mission? Well, you got a free three outpost and capture three towers and destroy three cars. What the fuck is that? Just let me go through the game, then I'll destroy whatever the fuck you want me to destroy.
See,
It's basically
I want to agree with you. I want to
it's
agree with you 100%. But
yeah.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Don't
I
don't
think
lock me
that,
out. Don't lock me out of main quest.
but yeah, I guess I think that depends solely on the design of the game itself and how the
Yeah, it's
missions roll
it's a
out.
very
Yeah,
shitty
no, no.
design.
Now, here's the thing, because if a game does it, but you want to do those things, like you want to clear out the outposts by
Yeah,
yourself just because you're passing by, you won't feel it. You won't feel like you will never get, like the restriction, hey, you have to clear three outposts because you would have already cleared those outposts.
yeah,
But
I know.
when they get annoying, that's how you know the design itself is shitty and what the game is really revolved
The,
around, it's not really working
my,
out.
the design was shitty. Like, you have to clear out. It's not three outposts. Like I've cleared three outposts before going through that mission. I did that already. But they told me like, yeah, you have to, I don't know, clear out three outposts, 15 outposts or something like that. And fuck's sake.
Yeah, but like
So
this is why I said
okay.
and this is why I wanted to pay attention to that because dude, the amount of times in Far Cry 6, because in Far Cry 6, it took me a long time to beat the game, but I was really having fun with the open world. It really felt open. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And by the amount of times, the amount of side missions that I started, I literally just started and I beat on the spot. Like the moment I accept it, I was like, and I get the rewards. Because apparently the mission was supposed to be, it's like, hey, we want you to go down, this valley and just like there's an outpost down there.
hmm
Hey, I already cleared that outpost like a long time ago. and I'm just telling you about it, and I just get the victory on the spot. I just get the rewards on the spot,
Yeah,
and I think that's good design.
I get that, but when the outpost clearing itself, it's very repetitive. It's very boring. I'm not gonna do it 5 times. I'm gonna just, you know what? I just want to finish the game, and then I go to finish the game, and they tell me, you know what? No, go finish the outpost first. That's a bad design. Like, don't lock me outside of the quest because I did not finish 3 random outposts. Not a specific one, by the way. It's not a part of the quest. I just have to finish them so I can advance to the next one. I hate that system.
Okay, so to summarize, Suhaib does not like. He wants Ubisoft game designs to disappear.
Yes.
And he doesn't like busy work.
No.
Okay, okay. So other than
If
game
I want
designs,
bu-
like
if I
what
want
is
busy work,
something
I'll
that
just
you want to
work.
happen?
Have you been holding this in? Have you been holding in this resentment for years, Suhaib?
Yes.
Wait. He has not been holding it in. No, he has not been holding. He has been telling me about this for a while.
He's been holding it in for the past few hours.
Maybe,
It's a
maybe.
shitty. You know what? If a game has a side quest and I missed out on the side quest because I rushed too fast, sure, that's a good game design. Sure, but don't lock me out of the fucking quest because I have not cleared an outpost. That's a shitty design.
Okay.
That's a very bad design.
But
That's a very Ubisofty.
well, Ubisoft hate aside and game design aside, what else would you like to see from this generation?
Okay, you're gonna agree with
Uh,
this? More hack and slasher.
Definitely, please, please, can we get more hack and slashers? Can we get more decent hack and
how?
slashers?
More creative.
But that's still game design. That's still us going back to the same point of game design. But like, yeah, but
Yeah,
we
I was about to
desperately
say,
need,
like,
Okay,
but we desperately
we're
need more
talking
hack and
about.
slashers.
more creativity in games, I must say.
Okay, here's
There
something
is, man. There
interesting.
is. There's a lot of
Here,
creativity. This one
Yeah,
I'm
here,
against you on because there's a lot of creativity.
th-
There's a lot
there,
of creativity. It's just not
there
on the AAA
is,
games.
there is, but there isn't enough, I must say.
Trust me. I mean, I play a lot of weird
Like,
games. Trust me,
you,
there is a lot of creativity.
okay,
It's just
can,
not on the AAA. It's not on the AAA field. It's
okay,
all on the indie field.
here's
can
the
I,
thing about those
okay.
creativity. Here's the thing about those creativity in those games, right? Do you think any of those creative games you played has the potential to hit mainstream waves? Like,
And well, okay. So let me go ahead and say this, okay? If you are trying to be creative enough, original enough, you are by definition going to be niche, okay? There is no way you're going to be mainstream and you're this creative. If you want to be mainstream, they're going to have to at least stand by some formula. Other than that, then you just lucked out and then for some reason you blew up. But for the most part, if you're going for original and creative, you're going to be niche.
cool. You can be original and creative, but still have a level of mainstream appeal. And I think that's a lot of the time a balance that people, and I wish that more developers, I don't know, I'm not a developer, but I wish like there's more
But
of
but
this
let me tell
Yeah,
you
but
acceptance.
it's
this.
hard. But it's hard to get it. Like that's one in a million.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
think,
Even movies, man. Even movies, like creative movies,
mhm.
don't get that popular. Most creative movies are niche and barely anyone knows them. The same thing is for games. Like, why are we expecting that to change? It's how it is. Even music, if you want to go like niche music, you will not find them becoming popular. It's very, very rare that you find creative music or creative movies or creative games becoming that popular.
Because
So you don't think it's possible? So you
why
don't
fix
think
what's
like
not broken?
no? I think maybe like you
No,
don't
it
think
is
there could be a
broken.
standard,
It
but
is
you don't think there could
broken.
be a
Not to the mass media. Now you know how I feel whenever I complain. Yeah, because it's not to the mass media. As long as they're enjoying it, who gives a shit about two or three opinions?
No, but I mean,
At
like,
the end of
you
the day,
don't
Yeah,
it's
think
what
there
makes
exactly.
them
could
money.
be, you don't think there could be like a standard that people can sort of like try to shoot for, which is try to be as creative as you can while also like, keeping in mind the sensitivities of the mainstream.
Because you can't keep in mind the sensitivity of the mainstream. Because if you keep in mind the
You
sensitivity of
see,
the
what
mainstream,
you
on
said,
the
what you
spot,
said,
yeah, it contradicts. On the spot, you stop being creative.
yeah.
Hmm.
If
Yeah, exactly.
you,
What you're saying is contradicting. It's
Okay,
like
yep,
they should stick to a standard and then be creative. How is that happening?
Not stick to a
They're sticking
standard,
to a
but be
standard.
creative. Or no, but be creative, sort of be
Be
creative
creative to a
enough.
limit.
Yeah, sort of, in a sense. Okay, you can't go balls to the wall insane.
okay,
Okay.
I get what Hamid is
Okay,
saying, by
you
the way.
want games like that? They exist in the AAA
I
scene, but they're few. That's because by definition, it's supposed to be that much. Like you don't expect creative games to be that popular. You're not gonna find Death Stranding games every freaking day. No, you're not gonna find them like that.
Why not?
Hmm.
Because Death Stranding like required
Death
Kojima
Stranding, no,
godliness to become popular.
Death Stranding is a fascinating case of just a man who himself became a brand and a studio. Just when, like, you can have
The
unlimited money, go
Exactly.
insane.
Exactly.
Like,
We're
do
talking like a man who became like a god in gaming field, man. Like of course what he makes is gonna be popular. He
it's
could
well,
shit
I
and
wouldn't.
people would eat it, man.
I, no, here's the thing. Like, you can be creative, but I feel like there is a point. Like I like the Kojima games before when he was in Konami because I do feel after that, especially after Death Stranding, like when he was on the Metal Gear games, he wanted to go balls to the wall crazy on some certain scenes, but I think there was a person
yeah,
above him that went
there
like,
was, yeah,
no.
somebody. That's what Kojima needs. That's what I always said. I don't play Kojima games because I do not have the patience. But I've seen all Kojima games being played. I genuinely think that Death Stranding it just needed that one person in that company or in that studio.
I don't agree. I don't agree
No, come
because I
on,
think
man, come
okay,
on. Did
let
nobody
me
test
explain.
out
Okay,
that
okay,
That,
game?
listen to me. God damn it, listen to me. Okay, okay, let me explain. Okay, I don't mean this in the sense like the game couldn't have been better if someone was standing there, at least, telling him to chill out. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that him getting this much creative freedom is a positive thing on the gaming industry. That's what I mean.
It is.
If he succeeds,
It is,
that
it
means
is, it
publishers can
is,
be more
but
risky. That's what it
here's
means.
yeah, no, but here's the problem, and here's my biggest problem. If Death Stranding sold better, I don't know how much it sold, but I know in general it wasn't as big as like was promised. You know what I mean? And, like it's
Yeah.
no Metal Gear. It will never be a Metal Gear. You know what I mean? And it
Hmm.
didn't live up to the hype that they expected. I think if there that's a bad image because hey, look, I went creative and we didn't achieve our goals. And then more producers would be scared. It's like, why should we be creative? Why don't we stick to what we know works?
They're already
This is why
scared,
he
man. It
needed.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't
but
change
like,
anything.
but
Him failing
if he
changes
had
nothing.
that,
Okay?
no, but if he had that one motherfucker that told him, it's like, my man, my man, I
I'm
get
telling
it,
you,
but like
this
it's
is
a
no,
walking
no, 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 no.
simulator,
Listen
right?
to me.
I agree with Omar,
Okay, okay. Let me tell
by
you
the way.
this. Yeah, let me tell you this, man. Because him failing will change nothing in the game industry. There won't be more publishers saying, no, we don't want to be more creative because this game failed. Because they already say that. They don't really don't want to be more creative. They want to do the
Mm-hmm.
same Call of Duty game every damn year. They already do
Mm-hmm.
this. Him succeeding, though, is a positive effect. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if he fails. However, if he succeeds, it will be a positive effect.
That's true.
It will
And
I
at
I
least
have to agree.
maybe
Like I
in
agree.
like
I agree with the fact that if it did well, that's a positive effect. But I do not agree with like no the fact that it failed. I feel like had negative ripples amongst you know what I mean the creative direction of video games because again people are gonna be scared, man. Even if like because this wasn't any company. This wasn't any publisher, any studio. It was Sony straight up telling Konami, sorry, Sony straight up telling Kojima, my man, you do you. just released the game. Like they gave him total creative freedom, and this is what we got, and it didn't live up to the hype. Like if it was dulled down, you know what I mean? If it was just like, hey, we told Kojima, just Kojima it up, but like I don't know. I feel like there was a lot on the table. What with Death Stranding?
I think the best outcome, like I think, like in terms of like a team when they're trying to do something creative and hidden the mainstream. What I'm trying to like imagine is a team, like a segment of this team that are just balls to the wall insane and they're shooting for the stars. Okay, and then you have a certain segment of the team going like, okay, those are interesting ideas, but how about we don't do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like somewhere in there, somewhere between the rigid and the absolutely free, there is something there. Okay, because absolutely creative games, you're right. Hermana does exist. Those are indie games. They're out there, right? They don't have big market appeal and whatnot, but they are out there, right? And not a lot of times are people like, out of all those games, do you think any of them have any potential to sort of hit a certain crowd really hard?
A
Or
certain
would
crowd,
you
yeah,
think,
yeah, 100%.
mm, you would?
By the way, some of these indie games do succeed enough that they become mainstream. If you want to go for it, like Hollow Knight, it became successful enough that it's
That's
out
true.
there. I think it sold
That
like
is
And
I
I
don't
that
know,
think
is true.
Ori
five
and the
million
Blind
copies.
Forest. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Death
Or in the
Stranding did
Blind
succeed. By
Forest,
the way,
hmm?
it it
Death
sold.
Stranding did succeed. By
I
the way,
think it sold like four or 4.5 million copies.
Yeah, and they did
5 million.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp as well, the
Oh no, no, I'm
sequel.
not talking about Ori Starfield. I'm talking about Death Stranding.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It sold 5 million.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
I miss the days
Okay,
of Super
It
Meat Boy
succeeded
and Mech
enough. It
Bowling.
turned a profit.
But
It turned a profit,
I'm
and now
I'ma
he
say,
has like financial backing.
back to the topic at hand, because we need somebody
Yeah,
to
yeah.
put
The
us back
topics.
on rails. Games
Oh,
Oh,
aside,
we're getting going again.
we're Kojima geniuses. Like we need someone
Yeah,
to
no,
hold us down.
Kojima it
Kojiming.
up,
Yeah.
Kojiming it up. God damn, that was
Kojima
hard
it.
to say. But nonetheless, what else do games aside? What else do you expect? Like game designs aside, what else do you expect from this generation?
I would really,
Uh,
really like to see where VR could go with this
Hmm.
generation, and I think only
I
Sony's doing it at the moment.
I think
Besides the,
yeah, isn't it? Yeah,
I
they're
I
doing
think
the
I
VR
think
2, I
VR.
think.
Yeah, I think VR will take a bit a bit more time
mm,
to.
Thank you. I don't think VR is gonna be what Hamid is expecting it to
It's
be this
it's gonna
generation.
be what Hamid expecting it to be, but not right now. It's
Yeah,
way too
exactly.
do
I
still
you
know.
way too
Yeah,
think?
soon.
that's keyword
Here's
here.
the
Keyword
question.
here. This generation.
It's still way
Here's the
too
question
soon.
here. Do you think that it has potential, maybe this generation, or maybe the next, or maybe who knows, maybe the one after that one, right?
Oh hell
To
yes.
be
Oh
to
hell
be
yes.
the next dimension. You know how when games went from 2D to 3D, right? Do you think this could
Mm,
be that next dimension?
it might be. It might be, but it's gonna take a long time. Also, it it needs to go. Either the consoles will go more expensive, or the VR should be cheaper for it
Mm.
I would
for it to
like to
go
say
mainstream.
I do think it's gonna be big. I would say it's going to be big simply
Hmm.
because there's a lot of companies throwing shit ton of cash on it. Like we can look at Microsoft. They are going heavy on this stuff. Facebook, which I'm not gonna call them Meta, they're Facebook. They're going hardcore on this stuff.
Oh, speaking of Facebook, do you know that the actually Sony, Epic Games, and Meta are
Mhm.
working So, and
Speak.
I think,
No. You didn't say anything, my friend.
but
That's
I
just you going blackout and then coming back.
not like they're collaborating together to make the metaverse. And I think having Epic Games with them is a big deal.
hold on. I really, hold
Technical
on.
difficulty, I think.
So yeah,
Are we having technical
surprisingly
difficulties?
technical difficulties with Amma.
No, I can hear Omar.
Oh, you
I
can.
can't.
I can't.
Yeah,
Khalifa, you do you?
I
play the
cannot.
song. Play the song.
I'm on it.
Why
I'm
is
on
it
it.
not? Why is it not on? Like, why is your finger not on the button? Anyways, thank you. So the weather's been kind of nice, right?
I've never heard this part.
Stop the
He's
music.
back.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
You okay, Armand?
Okay, I gotta say, man. I gotta say, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we should be losing all our subscribers right now.
There's 11
Whoever is
subscribers.
whoever is still actively listening, we appreciate you. We see you.
The cho-
And I love you.
let's not let's not shout out to the chewing grounds. They did not watch
Okay.
our video.
They did
The,
not watch our last video
no.
after we dedicated a whole segment to them.
There
I
was
feel
like
betrayed.
there was like 30 minutes of the last video for the chewing grounds.
I feel betrayed.
God damn it, chewing grounds. What did you say, man? I literally missed what you said, man. Like, what did you say? Go back.
Oh,
Go back.
okay. I was saying that having Epic Games on the metaverse is actually a pretty good thing if you think about it, because the biggest, let's say, the biggest universe where it combines most of media. It's sad to say it, but it's Fortnite.
Fortnite?
hmm And they did it
I
so
have to
well.
say,
They even did a live concert for Travis Scott inside Fortnite.
I have to say something, right?
That's impressive.
I am so over the buzzword of the metaverse.
hmm
Okay. Everybody is saying it, and at the end of the day, what is it? You're just in a virtual lobby. That's what
It
it
is.
is.
It's an
It.
MMORPG. It is literally an
It's an,
MMORPG.
it's an
It is nothing new.
MMORPG with
Though.
nothing. You're just there with other people's avatar. That is it. I don't know why this is causing such big waves. I think mainly the people who are pushing it are not familiar with this at all.
Okay, I want to say, like, if
What is it?
Isn't it the Crypto Bros? Isn't it the Crypto Bros? I think it's the Crypto Bros who are pushing this.
What about them? Who are
Like,
pushing this? It's
like they are the
mainstream.
ones pushing.
It's mainstream news
It's
in
not
general who's
mainstream. No,
pushing
wait.
this. Look, if
It's
you
okay. They're pushing it because like I think like most of the users right now are going to be the Crypto Bros because this is like literally the only usage you can find. This is going to give me a lot of hate. This is the only usage you can find for Bitcoin.
mhm.
Other than buying shitty NFTs. I mean, you either buy shitty NFTs.
excuse you, Arman. Cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin, is actually legal tender in the country of Honduras. You can use it there in any
I
place.
like that you use the keyword tender. Yeah,
It is.
okay.
But
It's legal
I'm
over
gonna.
there. You can buy a burrito over there with Bitcoin.
oh
If
my God,
anything, they would prefer it.
Okay.
The dream.
Okay, we're talking
The
about this
dream.
already. I would like to say, I hope this dies a horrible death, 1,000 cuts, fucking rip to shreds, okay? NFTs in video games, okay? If this thing exists, oh my god,
Okay, I,
oh my
I
god,
want two things to
Ubisoft,
die.
fuck you.
I want two things
I
to
have to
die.
say,
Fake
I have to
Amoros.
say,
NFTs and Ubisoft.
I think so far collectively we've talked about the subject like for 5 minutes.
And Ubisoft for 30 minutes. Yep.
And like a bunch of different things for a good 30 minutes.
Well, this is
How
the
long have we been
future.
talking? How long
40,
have we been talking?
40 minutes.
I don't know, man.
See what I mean?
But
All right,
but
I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it back.
mhm.
You know
But
what I
to
want? You know
to
what I
you're
want?
right.
to be fair,
Topic
to
is
be
what we
fair.
want to see in this generation of games, and we went all the way to like NFTs and cryptocurrency. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for bringing this up.
Yeah.
but we actually talked about it. Like, I want more creative and
Let's
hack and
not.
slasher.
Let's
Uh,
not. Yeah, no, but those are both game design. Like we said, we want a new game design, and then Hamid
new.
mentioned VR. Hamid just mentioned VR. He didn't even say I'm expecting VR this generation. He didn't even mention this generation. He just mentioned VR, and then we drifted off
Yeah.
again. And we just came back. And we talked
What do you want,
about
man? What do you
we
want?
talked about us talking about the subject more than we talked about the subject itself. So here's what I want.
Do you
Here's
want to
what I
get lost,
want.
man? Shut up,
Here's
man.
what I
Shut
want.
up, shut
Here's
up,
what I
shut up.
want.
You're derailing this topic, man.
Here's what I fucking want. First off, I want better UI from both Xbox and PlayStation. I want a better U.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Dude, the PS5 UI sucks. The Xbox UI, this whole Windows thing with like the boxes, it's so confusing. It's so fucking confusing. I mean, I got it eventually, but it's so fucking confusing. Can we go back to the 360 dashboard? I don't
Yeah, the
fucking with the
blades or
slides,
the blades or the sliding one.
dude, both. I don't care. Like this is just straight up confusing. I want better UI. I want better customization in the UI. But those are 2 points in the UI. But
I want my
I'm
folders.
bringing it back. Exactly. I want my folders. I want the ability on the PS4. You used to press R1 and it will on the spot take you to like the last tab,
But it
which
doesn't
is
anymore.
always the library. No, now you press R1, it takes you to fucking media.
All right, I forgot.
Ooh.
Shit.
It's
Oh, I got one.
annoying.
I got one for the UI thing.
Hit me.
I got one for the UI thing. I don't know if it's actually not UI, it's a UX thing. Can we have a good browser? Like one good browser, please. One good browser.
Please.
One browser.
I won't watch my movie on the
Wait, wait,
PlayStation
wait,
illegally.
wait.
Excuse me,
Wait, have
Sonny.
you ever actually used a browser on a gaming console?
I did. I
Yes.
watched Justice League
Can I please have
illegally.
Can I please have torrents?
Yes.
You know, fun fact, you can actually access, there is a built-in web browser on the PS5.
Yep, but you have to go through it inside a game.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. You can just send a Google link as a message to yourself,
Oh
right?
my God.
And you can click on it, and there you go. You're on Google.
Yeah,
Okay, how
no.
about no? How about no?
How about I just hover over web browser and I press X?
Well, we can't all have nice things, okay?
Can I
Sometimes
please
you
have
have to
that?
take what you
Can I
Here's
please
alright,
have a
fine,
browser? My
fine.
God, man.
Here is something not UI related that I want from this generation, and I think it's possible. Now that they're linking
Hmm.
almost all multiplayer games, like now we're linked cross platforms, you know what I mean?
hmm
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's about time that we get a modding community into consoles.
Yeah,
I
Oh
think it's
shit, man,
about
that would be
time.
yeah.
so fucking good. And please don't make it that freaking Bethesda store thing. I don't
Mm-mm.
want Bethesda store. I don't want to
That
buy
thing can, yeah, no,
mods.
they're fucking mods for a reason. Like, Left 4 Dead 2, it's sad, when I started playing Left 4 Dead 2, I started playing it on the Xbox, and I beat the living shit out of it. I did absolutely everything that I can do on Left 4 Dead 2 on the Xbox 360. And I completely dropped the game until years later on Steam. And I realized that that's when I realized that some people are just straight up fucking cracked in the head. Because the modders, they made entire fucking chapters, entire levels, and you'd think Valve made those levels. Like they're so fucking they're so well made. and that extended the lifespan of Left 4 Dead 2 for me for a good 2 to 3 years.
Exactly. This exact point. If you guys look, just take the Bethesda model, right? Make a shitty game, all right? Release it, and then make the modders fix it. This is how they've been doing it for years. Just do it. Just let the modders fix it for you.
Okay.
He's all wrong.
So, isn't our topic about what we want from this gen
Future.
and
Yeah.
what this gen is going for, صح?
All right,
Yeah.
I'll tell you something,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
This is
Wait,
not what
wait.
I want. This is what I think is gonna happen.
Okay. There's
Alright.
something I wanna talk about. I heard it a few days ago. I'm gonna make a rage. Okay? I'm gonna make a rage.
You're just
So-
gonna rant.
God damn it.
No, I'm not gonna rant. It's just
Alright.
news, you know?
Alright.
So Sony and Xbox are considering putting ads in their games.
Dude,
Free
that
to
would
play
kill them.
games.
Free to
No,
play.
wait, wait.
Free to
Wait,
play.
wait, wait.
Wait,
No,
wait.
no, not free to play. $60, $70 games.
It is free to play. They stated that. No, they said
No.
it's free to play, man.
Dude, if they put it if
Free
they
to
put it
play,
in
sure.
$70 games, if they put it in $70 or $60
I'll
games
quit.
on the spot,
Yeah, I'll
on
quit.
the fucking spot, I cannot imagine. I'm playing Devil May Cry at the moment. I cannot imagine like finishing a mission having to watch an ad on the fucking spot.
Or imagine,
You don't
don't
wanna- you don't
don't
wanna
this
see-
quote
you don't-
sponsored by Nike.
You don't want to see. You're telling me you don't want to see ads in Devil May Cry for Raid Shadow Legend. Now you can get it on the
Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude,
Please
on
use
the
the link.
We're
Wait,
waiting.
wait, wait.
We're waiting.
on the fucking spot,
So-
spot, I'll just sell my PS5.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
And with
if,
that
if,
money-
if they put it in like $60 games, you know that $60 game is gonna be deleted. I'm gonna ask for a refund. Straight up ask for a refund for the first time.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
not happening.
And-
But it's not happening. It's not happening on $60-$70 games. It's only they're floating their idea.
Yes, yes.
They're talking it out on doing it possibly on free to play games. But that's all it is.
Yes,
They're
and,
just
and let me tell you how it's
Free-to-play
gonna probably
games?
be.
Sure.
Like, here's my prediction on that. Okay, let me tell you. They're probably gonna put it product placements. Like, you're gonna walk in Nike shoes, or you're gonna see like billboards for Coca-Cola or some shit.
I mean,
I can
sure,
make my peace with that.
sure.
I can make my peace with that.
Yeah, sure.
Even though it
But
sounds
here's,
sad,
here's what I think.
and we
It would be
shouldn't.
like a small Easter egg, but sure.
Is it? No, but
It's not, but
It's not an
you
Easter
know
egg.
what?
It's
You know
not
what
an
I
Easter
mean.
egg. It's called product placement.
it's better than having ads.
Yeah, true.
It's like, hey guys, I found this Coca-Cola ad hidden under your plant.
Like if they sell
man.
me,
Dude,
You're not gonna
if
be
they
looking
sell
for
me,
you do the entire Black Ops Zombies Easter eggs. Because those are the hardest Easter eggs I can think of, just so you can get an ad for like Pizza Hut.
I'll do that.
I want to see that ad.
I want to see that ad.
They better
Or
give me a
get-
free. They better give me like 3 free pizzas. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Get a voucher for free pizza. Yeah, bro.
Okay.
I finished
So,
the Easter egg.
I would like to bring us back to the topic.
Yep.
And here's something. It's not what I want, but it's happening, and it will continue to happen, and probably accelerate. Okay,
Mhm.
and that is companies buying smaller companies.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to continue to happen,
Which is
and
sad.
it's not good.
Well, it's sad.
Wait, by
It
the
is not.
way, by the way, speaking of smaller companies going on sale, did you hear that Ubisoft is being targeted for acquisition?
Yeah,
mean-
I've heard. Yeah.
So I say, how
this
about
is
like you know,
one of
after we
those
get
I don't give a shit about.
Okay.
I
Wait.
mean, the reason
It-
the reason I bring this up is how about we grab as much of these ad revenues as we possibly can? Please, Raid Shadow Legends sponsor us, and we buy it, and then we try to make a bid
It
with
Actually-
whatever it is we have.
it might be good for Ubisoft because they have good developers, but most of
Most of them don't really
most-
want to work.
yeah, because they're forced into just put a XP booster or shit like this, or make another Witcher game, or make an open world RPG with a real shitty elements. People don't work like they don't want to work on that, but
They're
it's their
forced
job.
to.
Yeah, they're forced to. But it might be good.
But
You never know. Like, please,
but
Prince of
but
Persia
I
remake,
mean,
please, a good one, a good one, not the shitty one we
but
saw in E3.
but here's the thing with bigger companies buying smaller ones. At the very like I think at the end tail of like all these mergers and acquisitions that are happening right now in the gaming studio sphere, I think at the end of the day it's going to be what movie studios are at the moment. There are independent movie studios, but they'll
Yeah,
never be like they'll never get a wide release if they don't partner up with a big publisher or distributor.
yeah.
Right? And I think that's what's going to happen with these games. You want to get out there, it's like you can still self-publish your game. You can. No one's ever going to see or hear of it, right? Unless
But
you are, unless you get that lucky lightning in a bottle strike and like word of mouth helps you out. But good luck with that. You're
Yeah.
gonna most of these
it's
smaller
not
companies
like
are
that.
probably gonna. Mm,
It's not exactly like that because okay, so I get what you're trying to say, but you like okay, let's talk about I don't want to talk about the movie industry. But like
I'll keep
Disney
it in the gaming
buying
sphere then.
Fox,
Mm,
yeah, Disney buying Fox is not like Microsoft buying Bethesda, right? Fox, I mean,
mm-hmm.
sure, Fox has a lot of movies, but they're not Bethesda big, right? I mean, sure, they're
Why
bigger
are you
than
using
I don't know who's
why are
bigger.
you using the Bethesda example? Go for something bigger like go for something
Microsoft.
So,
bigger
sorry, Activision, yeah,
like
sorry.
Activision. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was saying Bethesda, and I meant Activision in my head. Yeah, yeah, that's what I meant. Like
Mhm.
Activision is bigger in the gaming industry than Fox was in the movie industry. That's what I'm trying to say. Like right now, them being able to buy Activision and and like a year before, not even a year, like months before they bought Bethesda. Like they can literally buy the gaming industry. Like they can buy EA. Like that's
They
it.
can
They
they can
spend
buy
You
they
know?
Sony.
spend hold on. I would say it's arguably as big as it is in that industry. Like because the game by the way, the gaming industry, by the way, like as a business it surpassed revenues from movies and music combined, right? But just to give you a perspective,
Yes.
Disney did buy 20th Century Fox for like $70 billion, right? It's almost the same dollar amount.
Oh, that's a bad buy.
That's they only have like what 70 years of history of movies and TV shows. Yeah, I think they could have gotten a better bargain, but sure. But basically, it is like on that scale, and at the moment, you can still self-publish in games. Like maybe not now. I take it up. Maybe not now. Maybe like 10 years ago, you can self-publish, and there's a good chance you'd get recognition. At the moment, it's very tough. Right? Game costs are going up. There's too much time invested into it. Right? It has to be standardized and streamlined in order to make sense to make profit. Right? So that's why these big mergers and
Actually, I
acquisitions are.
disagree. I completely disagree with that.
Mm,
I mean, continue your statement, but yeah.
that's it. That's it. That's essentially it. I'm kind of curious to see where the
Yeah.
disagreement is.
Okay. So I
It's
actually
just like
think
that
indie
in such.
developers are capable of publishing a lot easier than they were a long time ago. This isn't like movies where you have to show your movie over at either at one of the streaming channels or you do it on a cinema. No, here if you want to distribute a game, all you have to do is publish it on Steam, which is very goddamn easy, or publish it on literally
A
GOG
browser.
or any of these sites,
Ye-
and they'll take it. They'll happily take that game.
Mm.
This isn't like the movies. The movies, you're gonna have to talk to Netflix. I mean, they're gonna think about it,
Mhm.
and
but
maybe they'll put your movie there.
but to be fair, Netflix takes anything. I mean,
It
I mean,
does.
Netflix will take it.
The
Yeah.
joke is, the joke
I
is,
mean, Netflix will take it.
Netflix is the
Netflix will,
Steam for movies,
Netflix will,
really.
Netflix
Netflix
will take
published Jin, for fuck's sake. That
Netflix
was a
is
shitty
Okay,
movie.
okay.
Shitty series.
for the longest time, the running joke for Netflix was like if you call them up, like their answering machine goes like, "Hello, this is Netflix. You're greenlit," and then like you pitch them the idea. Like that's the running joke. So I think
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
it is.
okay, okay. But let me take it from a different place, right? Developing a
Mhm.
game is much cheaper and easier than developing a movie, filming it, and having people acting it. It's not that simple. It's very, very hard to do. A
Developing an
game, you
indie
can do
game.
it. You can do like there's one man
Ah, yeah,
teams, man.
true.
There are one man developers, but I think you have to really like you can't just always measure things by like cost wise. Sometimes it's like the time investment these solo developers put in, right? So like are you willing to say, for example, spend 3 years on your life really pouring your heart over something that you're not confident will be successful when you publish it on Steam?
I
It's a
mean,
time
yes, and
investment, not
people
a
already do
financial one.
that.
They do. There
I
are
get
that
you.
people that do
Yes,
that,
and people already
but it
do
doesn't
that.
cost. Yeah, but it's a price cost analysis at the end of the day. You still like if you're not investing a lot of money, you're
It's
investing a lot of time, right? And you have to
okay.
sort of
Is it
see if
true
it's going to be
that
worth it.
is it okay? Okay. Look at it from a different perspective, right? Is it true that it is easier to produce a game than it is to produce a movie?
Depending on the game, then yes, it's very easy. And if you want to make a six
We're not
minute
talking
movie,
triple
that's
A, man. We're
very
talking
easy.
just like if you want to make a
Yeah.
game, if you want to make a game, if
hmm
you want to make a movie, how
hmm
easy it is to make a game, how easy it is to make a movie.
It really depends on what scale you're going for. If you want to
Goddamn.
go for really teeny, you want to go for like this avant-garde 10-minute short films, you can do that relatively quickly, right? You want to go for
Hmm.
something
No,
really
man, a
simple that's
movie.
2D.
We're not short films. I
Mm.
said movie, not short films. Movie. You can watch in the cinema. I can view it in the cinema where people can freaking view it, man. Okay?
Or on net,
Versus a game
or
where anyone can download it.
it really depends on your scale. You're talking about a movie versus like an indie developer, right? Like a movie you put on a movie screen that people would buy tickets to. That's a different scale you're talking about.
God damn
So,
it.
dear
You know
audience,
I'm right. Get out of here.
you might ask yourselves, how are we talking about what we want from this generation?
No fucking idea.
And the answer is simple.
We don't.
We are, we are, we just don't know about it.
Take us back, take us
Wait,
back.
wait, wait. Wait. What I'm saying is true, kind of. Maybe. I forgot what I was saying, man. God damn it.
Okay.
Nobody remembers what you were saying. This is why I remember. It's like, how did this whole thing start?
Yeah, I have no idea.
No, no.
You know,
It's clear. It's clear we're talking about
the,
video games and publishing them. Oh no,
the,
wait. We're talking about acquisitions. God damn.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways.
So
It's gonna accelerate. People.
another thing I want to see in this generation
Good.
is
You want to see? Give us something that's happening, man. God damn it.
it's already happening. Like I actually I technically don't want to see it. I don't want to see it go away. Cross platform game, cross platform multiplayer. It's amazing. I
cross
think we should
Yeah.
platform.
stick to that.
100%.
Yeah, but I think it'll like
100% of that.
it won't go away. Just it will improve.
I
I think it will improve.
I have a wish. I feel like there's a lot of negatives. You know what I mean? There's a lot of cons to it,
Hmm.
but I wish Microsoft would handle the console, and Nintendo and PlayStation would handle the games, and we'd have one console that's linked to the PC with Game Pass, and Sony and
Mm,
Nintendo just keep pumping up
I
games.
really don't want
Or
that. I
I
so
or
don't
don't
want that
want that.
either. I really
I
don't want that.
I can feel there are some
I
cons to it that I can't think of,
I
but I
What
would really
cons,
like
man?
that.
It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly. What are you talking about? If Microsoft dominates this thing, it's over. Like we're gonna be under our lordship. What was he called? The freaking CEO. Forgot his name, man.
Yeah,
We'll be praying to him, man, just to get our consoles, man.
So we're just gonna eat shit, is what you're saying.
Essentially.
Yeah.
yeah.
Look,
Well, then never
I'll
mind.
tell you something that I want
Then
more
never
of.
mind. I don't want
I
it.
want more of. Okay. Well, here's something I want more of, right? And that is couch co-op games. I know that's becoming like not a
Yes.
thing anymore, but like, can we please
Why?
have that?
Why?
Like, give me a reason to get two controllers.
Right? Justify my purchase, please. I want more couch co-op, and I want more. Like, can we stop? What happened to
Yes,
the good old days?
please. Yes,
What happened to the
please.
good old
Couch
days?
co-op.
What happened to the good old days when the game can have couch co-op and online?
Okay,
Like,
okay. I
was
want,
that so hard?
I want one thing. I want the couch co-op in racing games. For fuck's sake! It's a racing game.
Look, the moment the Crew 2 did not have couch co-op, it is an instant X on it. Cancelled. Cancelled.
Cancel.
Literally
Remember
every
Blur?
racing
It's cancelled.
game don't have couch co-op except Gran Turismo 7, but Gran Turismo 7 has a microtransaction problem. So,
Like, here's the thing.
yeah,
I would understand essentially, like, it's like if you didn't have the budget somehow to put up like online co-op. But I really don't understand couch co-op. It's just there. Why wouldn't you do it?
exactly. No fucking
Assholes.
idea.
I don't know, man.
Assholes. That is why. Assholes. There's no other reason.
Goddamn assholes, man.
I'm very compelled to hear a reason. Like, if there's a good enough reason,
There isn't.
like I could be swayed. Okay.
There really isn't. Whatever the reason is, like, it sucks because, like, you know what I mean? Like, we bought Cuphead expecting we were gonna play it online. Whoops! It's
Mhm.
couch co-op only.
And
We bought Overcooked.
we found a way around it. We found a way around it. You
It
can do that. Like,
sucks. It sucks. I'm not gonna carry you with a delay. We were share playing it. To
we
anybody.
tried. Okay, we tried our best. Okay, and just wish the developers would extend that
Goddamn it.
sort of courtesy.
I'm just saying. I'm just
So,
saying. Those are a must. Both of them.
So
okay.
something
Some
that's
That's
gonna
a lot of things
happen.
we
So
want.
something that
That's a lot of things we
some
want. But
so something is going to happen. More competitive. No, maybe I'll find a better word for it. More enticing subscription services. Clearly, they're going down that path,
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do
yeah,
something more
I think
enticing.
okay. So here's this because this ties in with the whole acquisitions topic because it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing, right? Like it's a good thing if they are putting like indie games or whatever games on Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus, whatever. But it's a bad thing when they have to buy these companies so they can keep them only on Game Pass or only on the PS Plus, and you can never play on the other console. Because I don't want to buy two consoles. Okay?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't want to buy two consoles. I want to buy one console. I want to play all the games. I'm a greedy motherfucker. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
that's
Your
why I wish for
Majesty.
Microsoft, and that's why I wish Microsoft would just handle the consoles and
They
like why
said
can't
monopoly's a bad thing.
I know, but I'm just saying we just have one console with all the games on it and with just one path.
So
That
here's
is
Just
a
what we
go
should do,
down,
monopoly.
right? Like,
just go down the Atari route. It's not bad. Atari stopped. Atari gave up. Sorry, Sega, not Atari. Sega gave up on making consoles. They just make games now.
Sega.
yeah, Sega is
It's just.
forget Sega, okay? Forget Sega for a second. Okay, let me tell you this. Okay? So how it should be that Sony and Xbox be like fighting each other on who has better hardware and the better store and not who has better games. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you keep buying more games, in the end, I'm literally gonna be like I'm gonna play the PlayStation 5 because these games exist, and I'm gonna play the Xbox because these games exist. No, how about I don't buy neither of these and then play them on the freaking PC, which I can stream both of them. Okay? And that is the solution, guys. I gave you all the solutions. Buy a
That
PC
is a
and
valid,
stream
that is a
both.
very
Thank you very
valid
much.
option.
Though for people
What?
who don't like to play on the PC, that is a problem.
God damn it.
Why
Man,
stream
buy
on
a
your
PC
PC? Why
dedicated.
stream?
No, no, no.
Dude,
Why
I
why
got a
stream on
Buy
your?
a
PC
PC
dedicated.
dedicated for gaming.
I got a
I
PC
mean,
dedicated for
I mean,
gaming. I just don't
why
like,
stream
I
on
don't
your
know.
PC when like XCloud is trying to like stream directly to your
Ooh,
phone?
fuck that. Ooh,
Yeah, that's a straight up
fuck
fuck
cloud.
that, my friend.
Okay, fuck cloud services. I'm gonna say, fuck them. Fuck them hard. Like, one thing that bothered me about the PS Plus Premium, PS3 games on only cloud. Like, you can only stream it, you cannot download them. You can download
Mm-hmm.
any other game, but no. PS3 games? No. You have to
Because the
stream it.
PS3 is arcade
Yeah,
before you open
I
your
know
mouth
why.
hole
I
for
know
it.
why. I know why. Because they fucked up with PS3. I know why. They have to emulate it in a bad way.
Though I
But
cannot. No,
still,
I gotta say. You know what? We're gonna end this fucking episode on me ranting. Sadly, but it's gonna happen.
No, we're not.
How
We're gonna end up with me ranting.
how is the PS3's different architecture affecting you emulating it on the PS5? You don't have to emulate because those games came out for the Xbox 360 as well and
hmm
PC. I'm not saying use those copies, but that doesn't mean you only have the versions that only work with the P. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. It does not add up. What does the PS3's architecture have to do with the PS5? Nothing adds up. You're emulating the fucking thing. The PS5 can emulate like multiple PS3s. Stop limiting it by saying, yeah, the PS3 had this special fucking architecture. No, fuck yourselves. You're not trying hard enough, you lazy pieces of shit. It's Sony. Sony, I'm speaking to you.
you sound drunk
Fuck
as
you.
fuck.
It's annoying. It's
God damn.
annoying. It's a different architecture. Go fuck yourselves.
Anyway,
Though
Man,
I,
Amaros,
I
though
had a
I,
rant about
though I love
anarcho-capitalism.
though I love your console. Keep pumping them out.
Amaros,
I want to
go
love
So
ahead.
I
your
had a rant about anarcho-capitalism, but like I'm gonna go ahead and say it now.
Capitalism. Okay,
Mm,
you know what? We can end it right here.
All right.
Thank you for
This is
tuning
where
in.
we end. This is where we end. Thank you for tuning in. This is where we end the episode. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you watch us next episode. God knows why you want to do that to yourself.
Raid Child Legends, we're waiting.
Raid Shadow Legends. Shout
Aren't we
out
already
to
making marketing for them?
Hmm?
right. We're expecting our
Like,
bucks.
We're expecting. Yep.
We're expecting a check.
Not VPN. Come on, we got a loyal customer over here.
And use the special code Derailed to get 20% off your first purchase.
That's
Stop
gonna
giving them
turn out in
airtime.
error.
whoa,
Stop giving them
we're not really
airtime.
sponsored, people. We're not really sponsored.
We're never gonna get sponsored.
Yeah, but
I'm
people
not
will
a
go.
financial advisor. Please don't do anything we're saying.
People will open Raid Shadow
Do not
Legends and
act
put
on anything
Derailed.
we are telling you.
If we
I,
sell you anything, hell, anything we say, take it with a very, very, very small grain of salt. Wait, is it heavy or small? Is it a lot of
Heavy,
grain of salt or a
heaviest.
small grain of salt?
Take the
Heavy.
heaviest grain of salt you can.
Oh,
So,
heavy.
yeah, take a bag of salt. Don't take a grain of salt. Take a bag of salt and throw it on us. Maybe. God
Well,
damn it!
on this depressing note, thank you for watching this episode, and do check us out next episode.
we're
That's
gonna talk
all.
about
Bitches.
bitches. Yeah. Alright.